I've had this family that has just loved, you know, my parents, my sisters, and then meeting my wife and her support, and then my kids and their support. They allow me to keep going.
Do you think any of your kids, your sons, even your daughter, do you think that they'll ever follow in your football footsteps?
I think I want them to obviously find something they love to do, but it would be really hard to follow in football footsteps for sure, or my wife's footsteps. Right. It's a hard thing to do. I think I want them to find something where they can go into it without these exceedingly high expectations for themselves before these kids have ever had an opportunity to make mistakes. And we live in a world where no one's allowed any mistakes these days. Everyone's supposed to do everything right all the time. And I think it's a really hard thing for kids because we can't condition people to not make mistakes, and, part of why I'm at where I'm at and having success in my career is all the mistakes that I made.
Right.
And how can you make mistakes and still learn from them and not be criticized in ways that can affect your self-esteem. So kids have it very challenging these days. So I want my kids to find something that they can really love, that they'll work hard at, they'll want to find some discipline around, and that, they'll find it, with other people who are going to bring out the best in them.
Yeah, no, I think that's such a good point. I mean, do you still put the same amount of pressure? Like you said, kids get pressure, but obviously, you're the GOAT. I mean, 22 seasons, 7 Super Bowls. I mean, do you still put that pressure on yourself as well?
Yeah, and I don't think it's always the most healthy thing. So I think that's something that I've got to work on, that I allow myself the same thing, like I don't have a lot of compromise when it comes to football. I think that making sure like my stress is important because when my stress, it affects everyone around me. And that's one thing I won't miss. I won't miss the daily stress of it when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
That's for certain.
Definitely. Out of your kids, your wife, who is the least surprised that you wanted to do another season?
I'm probably the least surprised. Because I love it. My wife's probably not very surprised in the end either, but we've had a lot of time together and we still have some more time coming up, and she's just amazing how she supports the family and our kids. And there's so much that she's put off in order to allow our kids to be nurtured and loved. And she just does an amazing job with our family. So without her, I wouldn't be able to do what I love. And she's just an amazing partner.
Definitely. Like I said, you've accomplished so much in your football career. What are you hoping to accomplish this season?
To win.
Yeah,
that's why I'm playing, to win. So I want to go out there and have my best season ever. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of effort. And there's no way to do it except to go put your feet on the grass and go make it happen.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
I don't have to do that for another 6 weeks, but when I do, we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite moments watching you is those moments with your family after the games, with you hugging your son in the stands and things like that. I mean, how special are those moments to you, and having them experience and getting to watch you kind of, make history on a season by season basis?
Yeah, it's really what's allowed me to keep going. I've had this family that has just loved, my parents, my sisters, and then meeting my wife and her support, and then my kids and their support. They allow me to keep going. They allow me to get out there and go play and have fun and enjoy it. And, when it's all said and done, that's going to be it. There's not going to be any more time for it. And when I'm done playing, I'm done. There's no going back. So my family's my biggest supporters, and I'm very lucky to have the off-field support that just loves you unconditionally and wants you to go out there and do what you love to do, and then is there when you win, is there when you lose, and they love you either way. So in the end, it doesn't matter how you perform on the field. They just want me home and healthy and without too many bumps and bruises.